But you're actually the girl that they was talking about in the news, right? So who is Diamond?
I'm Diamond. I'm from Uptown. I'm from the 17th.
On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White.
Now, Massey claims the domestic abuse battery case he was booked with was filed by a jealous girlfriend.
She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me.
I found him talking to a different female. I was mad and I'm like, well, I know the only thing I can really get you with is by trying to send you to jail.
How did you and Antoine meet?
One of my cousins was fooling with his cousin, so we wound up meeting like that. And I was just telling him he hot. He wasn't really giving me the time of the day at first. Then one day he just came and pulled up on me and we've been together ever since.
From your point of view, if you had to explain Antoine to the world, who is he?
Sweet. He have his moments or whatever, just like everybody else. But he's not the person that they paint him to be. And this is coming from Diamond White, the girl who put the charges out there on him. Hey y'all, this is Diamond White, the girlfriend of Antoine Massey.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
And you say girlfriend, you guys together right now?
Yes.
How's he doing as far as you know?
I don't know. I haven't spoke with him. The court ever set up where I can't talk to him or I'll be back in jail. So we're not talking right now.
You say back in jail, so there's a situation going on. Can you tell us what happened? Like what?
Yeah, I had got picked up. They charged me for principal to simple escape and obstruction of justice. I was in jail from May 23rd up until September 24th. Then there was a process getting out. The judge gave me $100,000 bond, and I went to court that Friday on the 19th. He had never put my bond in the system, so I wasn't able to bind out till 4 days later. Once my lawyer went up like 3 or 4 times and asked the judge like when he was gonna put it in the system. He wound up putting it in the system on the 23rd. I got it on the 24th.
100,000, that's a lot of money. What? Your charges were what again?
Principal to simple escape and obstruction of justice.
And was that tied to Antoine's situation?
Yeah.
17 days after 10 men scaled a jailhouse fence to freedom at the Orleans Justice Center, Antoine Massey, one of 2 men still on the run.
I feel like once they couldn't find Antoine, they just tried to come after the next person they feel like was going to make him turn himself in. By them arresting me, that wasn't making him turn himself in. But that's what they thought.
His Antoine charges, the reason he was in jail.
The charges, everything is from me. I put all the charges on him.
Now, Massey claims the domestic abuse battery case he was booked with was filed by a jealous girlfriend.
Second degree kidnapping, second degree rape, domestic abuse battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here.
I brought affidavits to the DA office, to court when he went to court in Orleans. I was trying to do everything I could to try to get the charges off him. But they did what they want.
Initially, when you put when you put the charges on him, was it like a battle thing between you guys? Were you angry at him, or
Yeah, I was mad. I found him talking to a different female.
mm.
So I was mad and I'm like, well, I know the only thing I can really get you with is by trying to send you to jail. So that's what I went and did.
I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her, nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me.
And the charges were
Now the charges were originally what it was, domestic violence, domestic abuse battery involving strangulation in Orleans, which St. Tammany did come out. But St. Tammany put second degree kidnapping and second degree rape. I was never kidnapped nor was I ever
and
for
this
them
was
to
something
put
that you never stated this to them. You never.
no.
Mm.
I never stated that I was this was my boyfriend. How can he be
Wow.
what never was kidnapped either.
So once I got in Orleans Parish Jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office this woman who they say that I initially in another parish and in Orleans Parish is the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did The same thing in Arlene's parish, right?
I signed the drop form stating that I didn't want to go through with the investigation or whatever. That was probably like the first, like January 3rd, January 4th of 2025. I'm thinking that the charges wasn't going to show up because once he was in St. Tammany, nothing showed up. But when he got sent to Orleans for his charges in Orleans, the stuff started showing up in St. Tammany.
And so, how did that play out when you went to get the charges dropped? What was the response to that? Their response.
Um, in Orleans, I had, wound up emailing the district attorney. I don't remember her name. And I didn't threaten her, but I was just telling her like you playing with the right person, like y'all trying to do some, some like shit that's not supposed to happen or whatever. I wound up getting told by her supervisor to cease all communication with her, which I did. I didn't hear nothing back from them. In St. Tammany, I didn't get a response.
They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey.
I feel like he was let out. Ain't no way inmates were supposed to be able to just get out of jail that easily. He was let out.
Damn. So, what do you think they was? What do you think Antoine was going through when he was out? Like, you think he would?
I was in a jail. I was in jail, but I was so stressed out because I'm like, I don't know if he eating. Like, I don't know where he at, which I'm glad that I didn't know where he was because that was going to be another charge. You get it? But I was just stressed out from the time that I found out that he escaped because I didn't know where his mindset was. Then once he had got caught, and I know he suffered with anxiety bad. So I'm telling the girls around the jail, they like, well, he all right, he all right. When he got in the helicopter, I'm like, I know he probably having a panic attack or anxiety attack up there. So all that was just playing in my mind. Like I wish I could just rewind time and we wouldn't even be going through none of this.
Did you feel that fault? You feel it was your fault at the time?
Um, yeah, because I picked up the phone and called the police. I feel like if I would never picked up the phone and called the police, we wouldn't be going through none of this. This time, well, Halloween time last year, we was together enjoying life.
Antoine Massey, who police say came out of a home on the block without any trouble. He's one of 10 inmates that broke out of the New Orleans jail more than a month ago.
What was going through your mind when he was captured?
I was just glad that they didn't kill him because that was my main thing. I didn't want him to get away. I didn't know if he was just going to surrender or, I didn't know how his mind was thinking. So I was nervous.
So, Diamond, you know what confuses me too? You said you was locked up before he escaped, right?
No, I wasn't locked up before he escaped. They came to my house the day first. The DA from not from St. Tammany, I'm lying. From Orleans called me that morning, and I'm thinking when they call me, the charges gonna be refused. If they don't call me, the charges is accepted. That's what I was told. So I'm thinking it's May 16th. Y'all calling, y'all have up until May 25th to either accept or refuse the charges. So I'm thinking I have good news, like y'all refuse the charges. Lady like, well, he broke out of jail. That same day, they wound up sitting outside my house because I went to work. So they wound up sitting outside of my house when my neighbor called me and was like, the police is surrounding, like they at your door and stuff. I'm like, okay, I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm about to be on my way from work. They could sit there. I come, they put me in handcuffs and like flip my house upside down. Um, they came to my job. I was going on my lunch, and as I'm getting in the car, I pressed to start my car. Um, a Louisiana State Police beat on a window and put the gun to my face. They felt like by them arresting me and putting on them in the media that they arrested me and I'm Antoine's girlfriend and oh okay, he's gonna go and come and turn himself in. That made them run further.
Y'all have any children together, Diamond?
No.
Okay. Y'all plan on having any children?
Yeah, when he come home,
Okay. Marriage, possibly?
I'm down. My man marrying me, then that's what it is.
I don't know if we could mention how things is looking for him. And I know you say you haven't been talking to him, but is it look?
Um, I know we go to court. They came on my court date and subpoenaed me to come testify on October 20th in Orleans Parish. And October 27th, he's supposed to have a court date in St. Tammany. So I honestly don't know. I know I'm not testifying, so I don't know how their case go or how they go try to put stuff together, but I'm not getting on the stand.
You have to be there.
Yeah, I have to be there.
Is there any like because you know we talking Louisiana here, right? Is there any threats on your life or anything like that that says that if you come testify, something to happen to you?
No, but my lawyer stated to me that the judge stated, um, if I was to not testify, that he's gonna put me back in jail, which I find that to be illegal. You know, you can't force a person to testify. So I'm going to go to court, but I'm not going to say what they want me to say.
At any point, do you fear for your life?
I don't fear for my life, but it's like it have me to the point where who wants to go back to jail? But at the same time, I love my man. I'm not about to accuse him of something he didn't do and go along with it. You know. So if I got to go sit down and do a year or whatever, it is what it is.
You're the centerpiece, right? You're the key to the lock right now,
Yep.
and that shit could turn either way. Where you know, wow, that's I wouldn't want that kind of
Work
pressure
out.
on me. You know, if I was you, I wouldn't want that kind of pressure on me. You know,
I'm not worried about it because I know what I'm not doing and I know what I'm gonna do. So
you haven't been talking to him, so if there's any, I'm not sure if he's going to see this interview, and if possible he see it. Is there anything that you want to say to him, or anything he should know?
that I love him and I'm still here.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Let's say things did go the DA's way and you did agree to testify. If you testify, what happens to Antoine?
Um, with his convictions already, they could give him like 20 to life.
Do you fear for Antoine's safety at all in Angola?
Um, Antoine, I know he can handle his own, so I ain't really worried about that. No.
Derek Groves, the one remaining inmate at large from that massive jailbreak from the jail in New Orleans in May, has just been captured.
You said he recently called Derek, huh?
Yeah, so they try to say I had something to do with Derek Groves' escape too.
Huh?
When I read the discovery, I had something to do with Derek Groves' escapes too, and I don't even know this man. Yeah, when I went to court, the attorney general said something about Derek Groves as if I had something to do with his escape. I don't know this man from Adam or Eve.
And I'm not sure if you had an opinion on it, but when you saw that Derek got caught, what'd you think?
I was watching and I'm like, man, I'm mad. I ain't want him to get caught.
Right. I thought the brother was out the country by now, you know?
Man, I'm thinking he way in Cuba somewhere. Like,
That's what I thought. That's
I
what
was
I
hoping and praying that he don't get caught though. Cause it just come from, like, even though he wasn't peaceful, just being able to be free
hmm
was better than being behind them bars. Then
Right.
you got life and it's just, man, that's a lot.